Right, hello everyone. Hello, how are we all doing? I am back in, the only fitting suit to be wearing when doing a Project Moon stream. But yeah. Let's see how much of Eagleus we can actually get done today. Last we left off, we were at day 40. We're beginning to, yeah, everything's done. Hello, Onion, welcome to the stream. We are the Coopslings, feed us a Lobcorp, so true. Right, yes, last we left off, this is something we need to work on. So we need to pick up another Aleph Abno, potentially after the memory repo. Hello, Ocelot, welcome to the stream. Yeah. This is more of the same, really. Lady facing the wall is a non-issue. We get jump scared by her a little bit, I don't care. So we can still leave people out of that department. Thank you, son. Hold on. Quick yam before I leave? Sure thing. Thank you for the donation. I believe
CBT 5076
the yens are
$2.66 to the Lunacy Fund. Quick yen before I
Thank
leave.
you for the donation. Right. Let's have Piggy working there. Once again, we want same old working here. Yeah, well, how is everyone? How are we all doing? I, myself, am doing quite good. Eagleus, yeah, we're back. We are back. Oh, that is a worrying sound. So what's the special occasion that the suit needs to be here? I just felt like wearing it, to be honest. There's nothing particularly special about it. Hello, welcome to the stream. Yeah, no, honestly, like, just some days I just feel like wearing a suit, so, you know. And I mean, technically it doubles as partial Roland cosplay. Did we do Chased yet? We did do Chased. Yeah, Chased has already happened. Look, chat, I'm not the Black Silence, I'm just a washed up grade 9 Lobcorp player. No, I don't have gloves on. If I had gloves on, then it would be the Roland cosplay. I could probably go get gloves. I could probably go, but like playing in gloves would be hard to do. But I mean, you know, maybe. So let's see. I can send somebody to work with Lady Facing the Wall from Welfare. Just so we don't have it jump scare, so we don't need to. We need the Squid Game mask. If I had one, I would be wearing it right now. You can be assured of that. Yeah. Oh, what is... Oh. Nearly shot them multiple times. Can I beat Lobcorp whilst laughing the Black Silence? This is costly. Okay, you know what? Thank you, Piggy. One moment, I'm gonna go find a pair of gloves. I'll be back soon.
745 added $11.50 to the Lunacy Fund. This is cosplay, I think.
Hi. Sorry, it took me a moment to find the gloves, but here we are. Let's play, shall we? If only I had the mask, but sadly all I have is the suit and gloves. You know. It is going to be a nightmare to play in these gloves, but you know. The LARP silence! Oh. Yeah, right. We can keep working with them, honestly. They are a good one to work with. But, otherwise... Yeah. Paint your face black and it's basically a mask? I don't have that much paint on me. I don't have that much paint on me. But yes, thank you for the donation, Piggy. I hope the Roland cosplay is worth it. Let me get my hair out of my face. Right, yeah. Gaming time. It is slightly awkward because the gloves make my hands just slightly bigger. So, you know, moving my keyboard is slightly difficult. Hold on, that means something there. I don't think you should paint your face black. No, good idea. I really shouldn't. Right. Yeah, having someone from the welfare team work here is honestly a shout. Can't believe John Ruiner is dressed as John Ruiner. So true. So true. I like it. It's a good outfit. Oh, she was melting down then. My mistake. Here. Wish we could work with more of them, but that's fine. Green Dawn. Hold on, this is something you're gonna have to pay attention for. Do I have to? It's... No, not really. Like... Smash or pass Mimicry the sword? Well, as... Seeing... I can't really say yes to Mimicry for today, you know? I never would say yes to Mimicry, but, you know... It would be against the home team for today, you know? So I can't say yes to that. Should we add to our Roblox game where losing players? So true. Right, it's green, it'll be fine. Let's work with you then. Hello, Ashberg, welcome to the stream. Why are you dressed as Roland? It's sub-goal. Not, yeah. Membership goal. Let's speed again, although I want to up, down, right again, just for here. And yeah. The gloves make it ever so slightly hard to work, but yeah, price is worth it. Look, sometimes you just gotta wear a suit like this, you know? There's monthly interaction done. Incredible. Wait until these guys are done here. Brilliant. And you go down here. You little fine. Yeah. You're fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Great. The fifth black silence has been... LARPer has been discovered. The fifth? Who was the fourth? That's green done. Great. That'd be a long route, but sure, you can do that. It's beautiful. Thank you. If only I had the mask. Because, yeah, no, only having the gloves and suit. Just a smidge off. You should wear the trippiest Halo suit I've seen in my life. Thank you. Very nice suit. Thank you. Yeah, I do like suits. Suits are good. Just tape my face. I'm not pulling a Dan Hetchel. No. I will not be doing that. Who will be running down then? You. Garnet! No, fair. Fair. Too much glaze for this love. Okay, Salt. Okay. Who the fuck is Garnet? A character in Leviathan. Who's actually quite good. I really do like Leviathan. It is a cool thing, and I'm kind of sad it's non-canon. Or it's at least dubiously canon. Project Moon wants it to be canon. However, actually securing the rights is another story. What's the goal for the stream? Hogma/Bina? Just getting further along both of them, to be honest. Just getting along both. You haven't read Leviathan, you haven't finished LOR? I would advise both of them. I really like Library Runner. Honestly, it is probably a slightly strange thing to be having this cosplay suit. Cosplay suit? It's just a suit and gloves. For, just a LobCorp stream, but you know. Probably would have been better to do, like, can you beat the Library of Ruiner as the Black Silence? Leviathan is canon? It's Wonderlab the stupid... No. Due to legal reasons... English. Due to legal reasons, both are dubiously canon. It's actually getting the rights from the artists is the thing that's the struggle. Because, yeah. Like, Leviathan will be referred to as canon by Project Moon, but legally whether or not they own the work is, yeah. Gonna beat Librona using only Roland, yeah. Using only Roland, and as part of that, I must be Roland too. It's just, you know, it's a necessity. I have to say, the gloves don't feel too bad after you get used to them. Takes a bit. Takes a bit, but still. Who is running down? You. You just have to get used to making more, like, sweeping changes and not really knowing where your fingers are. And I beat Lobotomy Corporation as Roland. I need to learn how to recite the prayer for loving sorrow. Because it's like, oh, I should probably get it up on second monitor, really. That'd be funny. I'm not reading out the prayer for loving sorrow unless... I'm actually not sure what would make me read it out, but... Like the retcon distortions turning into abnormalities like we see in Leviathan. I heard an interesting... interesting theory about that one, which was it wasn't actually them turning into an abnormality, and more so they knew they were losing the fight, so tried to pull something from another dimension. And they tried to just straight up pull the abnormality to them, which is why an abnormality appeared there, rather than it being they turned into the abnormality. Which I quite like as a theory, I think it explains it well. Should they get a library run challenge with the grade 9 fixer mod with only Roland solos when you get the mask for the fully cosplay stream? That would be really funny to do. That would be really good to do. My chat's the pager? Okay, that's another idea, actually. If I get, like, a white and a black mask, then I can do the two. More review. It's a cool theory, yeah. Yeah, I really like it. I think it explains most of my problems with it. Like, it makes sense of them. Original material, just stealing other ideas? Hey, I have plenty of my own ideas, thank you. Plenty of my own ideas. There are other characters too I'd like to cosplay, actually, whilst we're on the topic of cosplaying. I would really, really like to cosplay Don Quixote. I think Don Quixote would be cool to cosplay. I do think that's a pretty cool theory. Man, I wonder why you think that's a cool theory. Is that the Black Silence? No, I'm just a washed up grade 9 fixer. What are you talking about? I am just a washed up grade 9 fixer. With a blonde wig and a massive lance. Yeah, I don't have a lance. I think I have... I'd have to look back there. I may have a sword. I have a lot of guns. Hold on, I can grab a gun. grab a gun fairly easy. I mean, if you want a gun, I've got a gun right here. This is a gun. Doesn't really fit with the Black Silence appeal, but you know, full stop office cosplay, I suppose. I've got this covered. I mean, shotgun, pistol, what else? What else is there? Sadly, I wish I had a sword so I could properly do it, but as for this is just a case of... How do I load these again? It's like this. It's just like a normal shotgun. And then I have this loaded. Probably shouldn't hold on to the trigger of these whilst they're loaded. You know, gun safety and all, but still. I'll put that over the side. And yeah, this is the just more casual use gun. I've got more back there. I'm gonna grab them. Yeah. So currently I can do a Furioso, but I have one sword and about 10 guns. Hello, Agent 48! That's probably more fitting with the amount of guns I have, actually. Right, Hitman stream when? A Hitman stream, but I have to beat it like Roland would be interesting. Can you beat Hitman as a fixer? Why gun safety when gun hazards? So true. I'm getting a message, bro. Right. I see that. That is one ping. Right. Okay, Furious of Angelica really liked guns, yeah. Yeah. I should, hold on, after this day, I'm gonna go grab the rest of the guns I have, just to, like, show off. Sadly, I mean, actually, probably good for the monetization of the stream. I don't have any guns that look like actual guns, so I can just pull them all out. Is that gonna work? Yeah. Furioso just despite Argalia. Yeah, guns aren't aren't effective against confident opponents when I pull out this. Because, I mean, there is a picture on the Discord of me pointing that gun down there at the camera, which I could grab right now. It is like a full-on Atelier logic. Will I get enough energy from this? If not, it is time to bunch everyone up into a group. Send them here, because I don't want to have to deal with sweepers. I mean, actually, if I go down, like, here, work with this, 18 energy per, I'm like 100 off, 5 works. It's decent. Versus, what, having to kill the entirety of the sweepers? If we get everyone here, we can then fight our way out, down, just work with these. Also something. The main problem I'm gonna face is, it is so much harder to, like, actually control things. In a mod for Roland where every single card is just replaced with Mr. Streamer's recreation, if I get all of the appropriate swords for a Furioso, that would be really, really funny to do. That would be really, really funny. I need to work with them more, actually, because I need these two for Gabra's quest. Not Gabra, Bina. Right. I probably should have put them all in an elevator, to be honest, but hindsight. We could just work with Spiderbug. Spiderbug? Spiderbug! Ah, my favorite abnormality. Spiderbug. Go here. We can work with Spiderbud on loot? That's... No, fight your way down to the Queen like we said we were gonna do. Oh, this is the point where I... Black Shield. I love the swarm. Just the absolute death. Actually quite incredible. Alright, speed up. Is this something I want to do? There's a non-zero chance they do the dive here and we just explode. Yeah, we're fine. Let me quickly get the hair out of my face. Right. Okay. I have no idea how you're supposed to react to that being in the same department as it. I just genuinely cannot see that being possible. 1 million rats versus sweepers? That is effectively what is going on there, yeah. Hello, sweeper. I was not expecting to see a real, genuine sweeper in the chat, but welcome. You lot head over here, because then you lot can go and work on these. It's night in the back streets, and quite clearly the best strategy is just to ignore it, actually. Like, yeah, no, it is as simple as just not engaging. Ta-da! Right. We need an A-lift, but this is a memory repo, so let's get a good one. Is Porcupus annoying? Like, hold on. Let me go... Porcupus. What do they breach to? Good, bad. Temperature level 3 or lower. Oh, it's just like normal. Good, the life health counter increased. Bad, life health counter decreased. When employees with temper 3 or lower had a good work result, they died. Temper 3 or lower received massive white damage. I don't think we have temperance 3 or lower. You vague posted too close to the sun. What are you vague posting about now? Huh? Sorry, hold on one moment. What exactly did you vague post about this time? Right, never mind then. Is Queenie disabled in the no clerks mod? No, we can still pull Queenie. Oh, hey, what's the one on the left? It's a plant. Nobody studied history or religion anymore. Oh, sorry, hold on. That's actually an important story that I should be reading. They said the world was a place where one couldn't find happiness their own way of life anymore. There's a world where everyone had to fool themselves into thinking fitting into a structure mold was happiness. Nobody sought history or religion anymore. No one needed all those pillars. Under the guise of new innovations that we needed in the world, companies emerge. Under the guise of new innovations that we needed in the world, companies emerge using technology known as singularities. Should have taken the plant. I did take the plant. It was Porcupus. Porcupus was just the best option there. Production of permanent food supply, the manufacturing of custom living creatures, transport of cargoes at speeds that would seem like teleportation, artificial intelligence that was more real than people, technology to preserve life, et al. Similar to the food chain, small companies began to disappear or were eaten by the larger companies. At some point they were called wings of the world, and soon a head rose to control those wings. People started to... I skipped past because I'm double-clicking. People started to derive their purpose for existence from belonging to the wings. However, the truth was, everyone's slowly melting like the wings of Icarus. They may appear to be encouraging the development of the world for the better, but their nature is no different from ours. There's always a price to pay. Any sane person would know the deeds of the wings commit in the name of the betterment of society are, in fact, the most humiliating aspects of these corporations. They are the disgrace of the world and its people. Lobotomy corporations rival energy corporations aren't that different from us, I presume. Who knows? Maybe they really are twisting dimensions to garner energy from hell, as the rumors say. I want to meet whatever corp does this! In every man, the two instincts, the primal essence of life and death, coexist. The wings only guided our instinct of life. However, if one instinct were to dominate too much, the other would begin to make its moves, slowly and unbeknownst to us from the depths. Soon a world where everyone wants to return to nothing will arrive. No way, a Rainworld reference! Into the stillness of sight. I have nothing but my sorrow, and I want nothing more. Before the birth of mankind. She who loves sunshine. There's more to the sun than its warmth. Who wanted to give hope to mankind but failed. When the hand that only wanted to embrace humanity with warmth was ruthlessly severed, you clutched the void and saw the crack between the boundaries that were never shown to others. Left alone, you decided to instill possibility and potential into all mankind. Hope and despair are intertwined in that possibility, making it impossible for anyone to know the answer. If all repressed things can be extracted from the earth, you said to yourself. In those days, you looked absolutely terrible. Many co-workers, friends, were worried about you and tried to comfort you, but you didn't care. You wouldn't listen to anything. I guess you still needed them at some point, seeing as you were the one who locked them away in here, barely holding onto the corpses of their dead bodies. Rightio! I'm sure that's not concerning. Okay. Do we have Temperance 3? We've got a higher than Temperance 3. Let me... hold on. I just want to quickly grab... I'm just pulling something out for if we end up losing a day. Just... I'm sure people can guess what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna put that right there, and I will read that in case the day doesn't go our way. Okay, back to it. What was Hokma's mission? Oh, we don't have Hokma's mission yet, because we need to pass the entire day to get it, don't we? Right, so what I'm gonna do, actually, is there anyone here who can reasonably work with this well? What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna have Dadders quickly go get the portrait. We got rolling coops? Yes. Yes, we did indeed. I had to deliver on it eventually, but, you know. Alright, Porcubus is just this with somebody who actually knows how to work. Welfare works with me. Lady facing the wall, once again, welfare is the only people I want to trust to work here. And then as for you, that. Let's see how much of the prayer for loving sorrow I can have remembered. It's... I have nothing but my sorrow and I want for nothing more. It has been... It is... always has been faithful to me. Oh sorrow, you are better than a dearly departed, as I know. Oh no, I've skipped out a bunch then. Because then there's a later line about... I know that on the day of my ending, you shall be waiting there to once again attempt to enter my heart. I sadly cannot remember the rest of the prayer for loving sorrow, which, you know, unfortunate. Having that entire thing memorized specifically for this would have been really funny. No, all the prayer for loving sorrow, fake fan, so true. Real grade 9 fixer reacts to Lolan reveal, incredible. I hate this one. It always takes so long to deal with. It's borderline not worth it. Parasite tree. Live grade 9 fixer reaction underneath the webcam. That would be very funny, but I have no idea where I would find one. What's the source of the occasional screaming? That would be the lady facing the wall. She melts down every so often, and that causes that. That is... Who is the one suffering here? White damage. Yeah. Great. Who is Angelica for Coops? Secret. Not dead in a piano accident, thankfully. That I know of. Is that all she does? Yes. That is all she does. Right. That is really expensive. Okay. Mild annoyance, the Abno. It is unironically just a mild annoyance. It does nothing else. This is a great trainer, by the way. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that welfare is fully kitted out on everything. Get back to the Gone Angels grind. That'd be cool to see. Gone Angels is a great song. That's not something I want to trigger just yet. Let's have them get out of work first. Is there something I should have pushed? Piggy locked in. That's fine. Who is getting drawn by the tree? You. Right. Okay. One line there. I could micromanage the rest. Okay, no, hold on. There's a good line here. Why didn't they let us do this in the World Purpose event? Okay, you lot can go back down now. I want you lot to go play worm stomping. Right. Then you lot. Oh. I accidentally hit my mouse sensitivity. So it's 1, 2, 3. There we are. That's my max. Yeah, I have a button for my mouse sensitivity, and I always knock it, which is really annoying because then I have to fix it. This is what I hate about the worms. They just do this forever. Like, the only way I can think of to stop is by doing like that. That is so much micro. Accidentally hit. There we are. Okay. Where? Oh, okay. They're all left over here. I don't want to hit them with that. Let's wait. Are you the 5th Roland? I suppose I am, yes. I suppose I am. That is, we can do white shielding on Roland. You know, actually doing research into the Prayer for Loving Sorrow is really hard to do. Like, there's basically no information on it. It is just a random French poem that, like, a moderately unknown French poet wrote at some point and isn't even listed in his main anthology. Like, genuinely, the only reason it is known as something is due to Project Moon. there is nothing else. The guy has like a shorter wiki page than the Library of Ruina itself does. The guy who wrote it, that is. Like, the chances of someone finding the Prayer for Loving Sorrow without being a Project Moon fan are 0 to 1. Well, not 0 to 1. It's like 50 to 1 odds that they found it through Project Moon, because I see no reasonable way they found it otherwise. I hate these stupid fucking bugs. Poets when they run out of money, so true. To end up doing Yisang's puns instead because I couldn't find much on it? Yeah. Yisang you're gonna find on, considering he's one of the most celebrated, Korean poets ever, compared to Prayer for Loving Sorrow, which isn't even listed on his Wikipedia page. It is probably part of one anthology, but the problem is the only thing that actually lists it is a list of works in French. The Prayer for Loving Sorrow is not, it doesn't have a Wikipedia page of its own. It is not a work. It is quite possibly part of a collection of works, but when you look up the Prayer for Loving Sorrow, all you get is a Reddit post with it. Is Loving Sorrow a phrase that exists? It is called the Prayer for Loving Sorrow. That is what it is. It is a prayer about loving sorrow. Which, you know what, I'm gonna read it out, why not? I got it on my second monitor for a reason. I have nothing but my sorrow and I want nothing more. It has been, it still is, faithful to me. Why should I begrudge it, since during the hours when my soul crushed it up to my heart, it was seated there beside me. Oh sorrow, I have ended, you see, by respecting you, because I am certain you will never leave me. Ah, I realize it. Your beauty lies in the force of your being. You are like those who never left the sad fireside in the sad fireside corner of my poor black heart. Oh sorrow, you are better than a well-beloved, because I know that on the day of my final agony, you will be there, lying in my sheets, oh sorrow, so you may once again attempt to enter my heart. If only I had that memorized so I could just recite that off the rip. I could work on it. It would be funny. Next time I arrive at like a collab with other PM tubers, I just whip out the Prayer for Loving Sorrow whenever things start to go bad. That would be an incredible play. Honestly, the poem sounds like it loves sorrow. You're not wrong, it does. Someone clips this and gives you the Roland mask. That would be funny. Don't tell me they got stuck there. Okay. Sorry, I just bamboozled them a little bit. They got confused and thought they had to stay in the room. Where are you? Yes, I know the lady on the wall is currently freaking out. Let me fix that now. What are you doing here? You should be up here. This is something for welfare to do. Rip the prayer like calling Maharaga. So, just like, leave the gloves on my desk so I can put them on. Mid-game. I start getting beaten in a lockout and I just pull out the mask and gloves. If only I could actually play the music without getting dramatically copyright struck. Also, I'm not singing it. I'm terrible at singing. Just to preempt that from anyone. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. It's a shame. I really like it as a song, but the problem is you can't play any Millie songs. Ever. Who's running the question, but if you could have a remake of any game, what would it be? Ooh. Remake of any game. Like, what would the remake change? Is it just one of those, like, you know, high definition remakes? Or, like, what sort of remake are we talking here? Do I get to coordinate the remake? Like, I need to question the mechanics behind this. What are we talking here? What are we talking? Think like Resident Evil 2 remake? Ooh. I mean, Bloodborne. I would love to be able to play Bloodborne. I would love to be able to play Bloodborne. Otherwise, I mean, there's a question of, would I want to see a Lobcorp remake? Because on one hand, it'd be really nice to be able to see this with, like, actually well-done design and not 1,000 bugs out the arse. Counterpoint, I don't like where Project Moon has... I missed that bullet, somehow I whiffed that. I don't like where Project Moon has gone with Olympus Company, and I'm not sure I want to see them tarnish Lobcorp. Would I prefer the bugs, or would I prefer Project Moon's current design ideology? I think I have to say the bugs. Because, like, don't get me wrong, the bugs are bad, sure, but, like, if it was that, or something that was designed to cater to as many people as possible without actually having difficulty, I'll take the bugs. Fear and Hunger 1 somehow has more bugs. I don't even know how that's possible. It's like, somehow, someone has poured water on the ocean and made it wet. I don't know how they've done that. Run away. As much as I could fight this thing... I've got far too much energy left to go not to fight this thing. It's fine. I can fight this. It's a red shield. Let me zoom out so that when they shatter, it doesn't absolutely kill someone. Okay, actually, you know what? I'm gonna say entry point, but made in a proper game engine, not Roblox. That's probably what I'd want a remake of. Like a genuine, well-polished, well-designed entry point. That would be my wish. Right, all of you, kill this guy. Other than you, dadders. I do not want you to be causing them to die. Right. Okay, we're nearly done with the energy now. Are you actually cosplaying Roland? Moderately, yes. I mean, that... Originally, I was just wearing the suit because I wanted to, but then I got the gloves because, yes. Free will. I get to wear what I like on my own channel. Steam entry point would be amazing. Yeah, it really would. I feel like a lot of the reason why entry point hasn't really spread is just because it's a Roblox game. Because it is, for me, it is like a really, really, really good cross between Payday and Hitman. I feel like it takes what makes both Payday and Hitman great and manages to blend it actually really, really well. Piggy once again. By the way, plus 28 justice. What do you actually mean? When attack, like, yeah, no, I want to lock that, actually, thank you. What on earth is this? Plus 28 attack speed, plus 28 move speed. 8% chance to heal when attacked. Unironically, Piggy is going mental. You are Justice. Yeah, you really are. Jane Justice. I'm not even sure what I could stack to make that better. I could not consciously get somebody that high. Otherwise, what other things would I want to remake of? I'm trying to think of other niche games I really enjoyed that I would like to be able to be more, you know, acceptable to a wider audience. Could we remake Millennia? Like that Paradox game that was supposed to be the Civ killer, despite the fact that Civilization 7 was actually the Civ killer, and by that I mean it killed the franchise. I would like to see that, but made by a company that actually understands why people enjoy video games, rather than a company that only knows how to make profit. Because Millennia had such promise, and was just utterly ruined by the fact that Paradox was handling it and had announced like 3 DLC before the game even released. Like, if you ironed out those minor problems, I think you would have something really, really good on your hands. This enough? Yeah, it's enough. I work with these guys. I think? Yeah. Although, that causes the meltdown. I want to generate as much energy from this then as possible. I already get enough energy here, I don't need to worry. Did you have a problem with entry point? No, I love entry point. The problem is other people have a problem with entry point because it's a Roblox game, and there's the work to complete. Right, one moment, sorry, I can hear barking. Dogs being dogs, as is usual. Let me go get... Hold on. I'm gonna go find another gun, because why not? Okay, this one isn't quite the usual theme. I don't know why I have this. That. I just joined the stream. Is that the Black Silence? Yes. Donate now. Anyway, headphones back on. Why does Coops have censored info unlocked? That would be because we worked with it before. Is that me playing this? Hello there, Black Silence! Is bro cosplaying as an SCP site director? Close, but think more Project Moon related. How about a full-out New Vegas remake? That would be interesting. Why is... Sorry, hold on. Dog barking again. What are they barking at? What are you barking at? Gonna ignore them from now on. Right. Cool, we're back. So. I'm gonna sound insane for saying this, but it's a memory wait. Did I just pull that on a memory repo? Was it a memory repo day the day before or now?
At Piggy Gamer 9745
Hold on.
added $11.50 to the Lunacy Fund. I heard donate.
Thank you for the donation, by the way, Piggy. Day before? Thank fuck. That was precisely what I was hoping for, because that's why I did this. Oh, I probably should have read that. We're gonna come back later anyway. So you don't have to memory repo. You misunderstand why I want to memory repo. The idea that I'm sitting at the bottom, oblivious to what is happening up there, is an idea you might think of as true. However, it is, in truth, it is you who is unknowing. Pain, agony, regret, and the shadows of the past that would never release their grip on you. They spent quite a number of days with you, but it's nothing compared to our time together. In the end, they never got to know you to the fullest. Why do you want a memory repo? Because I need an Aleph so I can get Aleph gear, but I don't want an actual Aleph. Those who could not accept their fate seem to have directed their anger towards you. Such as that one man, he who gradually broke himself whenever he was ordered to redact information. The unnecessary leakage of emotion is unfavourable. There's something I need to show you so you can understand. There once was an employee called Anya. She lived with her parents and her little sister. She eagerly wanted to study, but her family's financial state wouldn't allow her. Still, she tried to join one of the wings, however she just wasn't good enough for them. Poor Anya was struggling to figure out what to do next. She even considered ending it all as a last resort. That was, until she received a letter from a wing. A letter that had a simple yet magical line penned to it. Dear Miss Anastasia, you are qualified to join Lobotomy Corporation. Awestruck, Anya read through the letter over and over again. It didn't seem like anyone was pulling a prank on her, nor was it a mistake on the mail courier's part. For a brief moment, Anya wondered if she'd even applied to work at a Lobotomy Corporation at all. But she soon shook that thought off. That was not important in the slightest. I took the role of the courier. I was the one who delivered the letters to people. I evaluate candidates to determine if they may join here or not, and I bring a miracle to those who are qualified. Anya was not selected because she had excellent skill. She had a common trait that every person we hired had, but wasn't aware of. As you know, to become a feather, a part of the wing, one has to be immensely better than ordinary people. How could Anya, who dropped out of the high school, had no special talents and lived in the back streets, manage to get into our company? Would her family finally be able to pursue happiness? All of this happened 10 years ago. During those 10 years, her sister fell ill and passed away, along with her parents. Where is Anya now, with her entire family gone? She's asleep down here. It is wholly under my jurisdiction to handle this, but I'll grant you access just this once. Call her up, please. Invoke her. See you, Kira. Now, Anya's at work, feeling like she's a brand new employee who just joined the company, completely oblivious to the fact that it has been 10 years since she actually joined us. You could, perhaps, choose to pay a small cost to augment her virtues, such as fortitude or prudence, if you wish. Now, try to erase her, please. Clear her away. The scream there is mad. How do you feel? The Anya who was killed by a monster, and that Anya whom you just erased are one and the same. They're both evanescently. That's a word I haven't heard of before, Hawkman. Let's look that up. That one up. Evanescently. Quickly fades, vanishes, or passes away. Okay, fair enough. That is, yeah, no, true actually. They did. It's such a futile action to wake them up and erase them to slumber again and again. Both your own attachment to the employees and the Sephiroth's care and devotion poured into them become meaningless here. Everything that moves and is alive in this facility is on pause. They awake the next morning with their eyes shut tight every night. Those of the layer above did not know that. They spent themselves emotionally for the deaths with which they were presented. Bearing obscure resentment in their hearts, they put all the blame on those like you, and then they crumpled, just like that. I urge you not to worry about me. I will not dare do such a thing. I have always wanted to be an important part of your life. Clear the day with 8 or more employees whose temperance is 100 or more. I'm assuming that's meant to say. I want that there. We are not seriously keeping this thing. This is censored. We are having censored here because we're going to work with censored enough. It has no ego suit. Damn it, it has no ego suit. Well, we're going to work with it enough to get this. And then once we've gotten this, we are out. We are gone. That is it. That is c'est la vie. Now, whose temperance is 100 or higher? Do I have any employees? One. So do boosts count? Because if boosts count, we have a ton. Everybody appears to be like one level below that. The weapon is essentially armor, if you remember. I don't know, but you're missing the point. I don't actually care about the inherent use of it. I care about having it. Boosts don't count? That's alright then. I mean, we just have to work. Like, upper cal will have to work for a bit. I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh no, we've already got 8 out of 8. Right. As... You know what? Actually, let's have, Piggy grab this now, because Piggy is going to be the one to work with censored as well. Because I trust Piggy to work with censored, and I do not trust anyone else to work with censored. Just quickly, I'm going to have... not that one. I'll work with that one. Army of Black is 4. Yes, that gives us 2, which means we only need 2 more. I am factoring that in. It is unfortunate to be getting ego gear that we're never going to use, but, you know, such is life. Right, one problem here is we now need to use, like, Freedom to work with the inn, whereas Piggy will go for... which one of these works better? You. Okay, Piggy, also, who is taking the brunt of the black damage? You. Will you ever get the mask? Well, probably at some point. Because, I mean, if I've already got the gloves and suit, I may as well. I'm assuming the work got completed then? Yeah, okay. 70 boxes. I need 205. Great. It can't ever be good. Yeah, no, it can't ever be good. And then Army in Black. It's also another Piggy angle. What can this get us? Ego, eyes, SP10. We've got an open eye slot, and then this is another helmet, which actually wouldn't be good compared to the helmet we already have. I probably should lock that down. You piece of shit. Okay, well, you stay here, and you can work with any of the meltdowns in this department now, Clark does art. I just realized I was not paying attention. Wow, you are close to losing your mind. That was almost a mistake. Right. Right. Oh. There we are. Right. 205. What? Hold on. Yeah, that's why I have 3. Yeah. I was confused for a moment because I had no idea how... like, what I'd gotten the other one from, because I thought I'd only gotten 2 out of that. But, no, I had not. facility really needs a plague doctor? No. No, it does not. Actually, I can think of nothing that it would need less. Yeah, there's about 1,000,001 things this facility does need, and it's not a plague doctor. Right, army in black. The question is this more worth it than just... I guess we'd have to heal both. Okay. Am I late? Only by a little bit, yeah. Okay, pretty good work with censored. And then you. I mean, we can work with them. Why are you wearing the extravagant suit? Felt like it. I mean, yeah, I did just feel like wearing the suit. Let me try working with everything else as well as handling this. Question, how much does an SP bullet heal? Can you take 2 shots? Does an SP bullet heal you almost to full? Is this better or worse than just using a white shield? A white shield does not get cracked immediately, so a white shield is just the better choice. Is it worth all this micro to achieve this? Debatable. Debatable. It's like, that is 26 energy from Censored, and does Censored actually breach? How does Censored breach? Nothing, it's just bad work results, which Piggy's goated. Piggy is not going to get a bad work result. Unironically, Censored may not be a problem. I know that's mad to say, but Censored may be a non-issue. Yes, it breaches, yeah, but like... nothing we do will cause it to breach. It breaches if an employee panics. In the containment unit, yeah. Which isn't going to happen, because we have this. We have Portrait. Like, the one distinct downside of it just cannot trigger for us. Like, I unironically think Censored is a good pickup. I think Censored is actually a valuable asset for us in this facility. Because think about it, it gives us 10 extra energy over the next best thing to use in its slot. Like, per meltdown, that's really, really useful. The only problem with it is that it's a little bit tight in our bullet economy and causes us to need to use the painting. If it lets us, if it gets out, it's an instant day wipe. But, like, the same can be said of this guy, and he's a Valve. Are you being intentionally dense? No? Censored is a non-issue. Like, unironically, Censored is a non-issue. The solution, like with many things in this run, is just don't let it out. If it gets out, I'm fucked, so the simple solution is to not let it out. Made a joke. Ah, okay. You can even sacrifice. Yeah. I can sacrifice one guy so that it's no longer, like, on the edge of breaching. So it even has a way to get it under control built into the way the thing works. Like, I think it is just flat out the best possible A-left to have. Like, Army in Pink is a death-sensitive ammo. That's terrible for us. Compared to... Yeah, no, just doesn't get out. If it does get out, we can just ask it politely to go back in with the sacrifice of one agent versus our entire facility like some Valves would claim. And yeah, we can work with it for over, like, 10 over the next best energy in its slot. It's unironically not a problem. Have you tried asking nicely? That might work. How are none of you hitting? How are none of you hitting? Don't tell me you are perfectly out of range. No, 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 no. Thank you. I'm actually losing it. How can none of you hit a slot? Hit a shot? What on earth was that? Awful performance there. You've got to hit it. Please, for the love of God, just hit it. Thank you. It cannot be that hard to hit them. And see, that's why I hate them. Because they just do that. It's not far enough into the day that I can just not reset. Like, resetting is just the best play there. By the way, how much to get you to cosplay the Ozma Roland? £1,000. That's too low. I really shouldn't say £1,000. People are gonna actually try and match that. I'm gonna put it at the same place as the Queen of Hatred thing. £250. No, 250. 2,500. 2,500. 2,500 and I'll do it. There we are. That's the offer. Does it count if we get it collectively? For the remainder of this stream, sure. It's not like a collective forever thing. You fuck right off with that. Have you taken a serious look? Yeah, have you considered how much money £2,500 is? Look, I already debase myself on the internet for money. Do you know how much money that is? Like, that's absurd. That is an absurd amount of money. If it was $1,000, I would have full sent it. Thank fuck I raised the price. Jesus. Jesus. Yeah, okay, I'm glad I raised the price there. I had a minor amount of foresight to go. I have not set that price properly. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, well, as is usual, you're saying down here to do the work, then. Can you even do it? What like egoless? Or what are we talking about? That was a lot of bad work. Whoa, okay, hold on. The cosplay, I mean, yeah. Probably, I mean, I'd probably get murdered for doing it, but you know. Like, look, a minor amount of beatings is worth it for £2,500. Look, chat, I like money. I like money. Everybody has a price, and mine is reasonable, actually, compared to other things. I am an easy man to bribe, chat, because I like such things as eating and sleeping. Yeah. Stuff of that sort. This is not an invitation to do that, chat. This is that's not a, don't say, oh, I feel pissy, I'm gonna donate £2,500. Don't do that. I'm sure everyone here needs £2,500 more. That's like, I am almost confident every one of you needs that more. Like, if you have that on you, it is probably for something important. Do not give that to me. Like, there are other things to spend that money on. Oh, so like, you like money? Name every money ever used in human history. Can I go? I don't want this to be hit, Frey. I don't think you understand. I don't want this to be hit. Because I would actually have to work out the logistics of that. Like this is genuinely risking being turned out on my head. Like, it's gotta be that high to pay rent if it goes wrong. That's like the level I'm talking here. So no, I don't want it to be hit. I would like that much money, but I like, it is still a cost on my safety. But Coops, it would be funny. I genuinely like not getting beaten. What do you even need for that cosplay? I mean, like, hold on. I just to look it up. I could just, hold on. I mean, I'm assuming there might just be absolute pride res. So true. That would be an amazing thing to wear for that. Like, hold on. Ozma Library of Luna dress. There's Angela. Apparently not Ozma. That's a Liu section. Cosplay. Interesting. What would it take you to wear Beta Art King of Reed? That one would only be for the members. That would only be for the members, and it would still have a price tag. Believe me. It's not gonna wear it outside. You seem to forget I streamed stuff like this to the internet. Anybody who has an interest in seeing things can watch my streams. Like, I am a public figure. My actions are well documented and disclosed to the world. I can't really keep a secret like that. Exclusive cruise content? Guess I gotta leave poverty fast. Damn, time to speedrun there. What would your friends think about this? Honestly, actually knowing most of my friends, they'd want to wear it instead, but like, other than that, I'm sure they could respect the business hustle. I'm not gay, that's a lie. That's a... see, every time I make a joke about me being or not being gay, I then have to explain how the joke isn't technically true. And it just ruins the joke. I'm gonna stop making jokes like that, because every time I have to explain why it's only partially incorrect. Or partially correct. Sorry, hold on. Piggy locked in how much? Okay. Piggy's got moves. Oh, close there. Why can I not click on you? Yes, but is the price of your dignity, like, worth it? Is it worth the price of my dignity? £2,500 for the price of my dignity? Fuck yeah. Like, that's rent covered for months. You kidding me? How much for a Nihil / Oswald cosplay? Ooh. It would be hard to get the materials for that, is the issue. Because, like, I know nothing about sewing. If I had a way to actually get it, I would definitely actually set a price, like a reasonable price to be hit for that one. But the problem is I don't know the first about getting that. How much would I have to bribe you for John Cruelty Squad? What does the Cruelty Squad character even look like, really? Dignity never got me a Subway? So true. Look, if Dignity wants to step up and start buying me food, Dignity can be my guest, but as of the moment, all I'm seeing is that people are paying me money to get rid of it. So, you know, if it's like a soul, you know? Like, no tangible value, sure, but people will pay good money for that. So, you know, why would I not sell that? Chat, why would I not sell that? Consider the money. You've always got to think about the money, chat. Does this screaming actually do anything other than annoy me? Just every employee in the department has suffered white damage. There's no one else. It's already empty because of this piece of shit. No. I should really talk more. I talk a lot already. Maybe people don't need to see me talk more. Okay, I've been watching a lot of Minecraft ranked speedrunning at the moment. I do really want to get into speedrunning. Honestly, it looks really fun. Just, it's precisely the kind of incredibly niche and not at all useful for general application kind of skill I like. Do I think I could be any good at it? I mean, maybe. You never know, really. Maybe I could be good at it. But, you know, I've been thinking about that recently. Why did I just look over in chat and read Pregnant Roland? I would suggest your money may be better spent on therapy, my good sir. Okay. Gambling opportunity, I will go spend it on Limbus instead of giving it for the stream. I can't believe this. How could you betray me over Limbus? Would you start smoking for a Gregor cosplay? I mean, there are those like mock cigarettes that people use for like costumes and stuff. I'd get a mock cigarette for a cosplay. Sorry, no. What I meant to do was this and this, because then CBT is going to be put through the ringer, and I would like to have them on high HP. Because then we do this with Piggy, and then we walk back over them and throw a Black Lord at them. For Gregor cosplay, and you can let Kiwi know. Let me look up Gregor. Like, the arm would be decently hard to make, but other than that... Like, any particular Gregor ID, or would it be... like, Gregor, like, base Gregor? Because it... Alan Gregor? I mean... I could always ask, Vader how he went about, getting his Limbus Company thing. Honestly, Alan Gregor is a pretty good one. Alan Gregor I'm basically already wearing, I just need a pinstripe suit. No, I would just have a jacket. If I got a pinstripe overcoat, fake cigar. Yeah. I just wear the glove then at that point. That works. Obviously, I don't think that's what Frey would be donating for, but still. How much... have you heard of the AI slop? Your AI slop bores me? I have. It is quite funny. Apparently people have been inputting commands to do with me on there, which is interesting. It still hasn't quite sunk in for me that I am actually decently popular on the internet. Like, I do have over 7,500 subscribers by now, which is strange. That's actually quite a lot. Judging by the fact that they're no longer taking damage, I would say the work is done. 23, less of a lock-in this time. With the peg leg. Okay, with the peg leg is harder to pull off, actually. Dongquan? Dongquan would be interesting to do. Alright, I would like to do, like, a cooking stream at some point. I think that would be funny. The problem is with a lot of these ingenious ideas, I don't think there's enough of an audience for it. Like, I'm actually doing my active niche at the moment, and we're here with, like, 52 viewers, which is great. 52 is a lot of people. That's amazing. I'm really happy that all of you are here to watch. It genuinely does mean the world. But, like, when Ruiner streams, we're getting 200 before. Can you make a sandwich with a black sauce? Actual ham pang pang stuff. That would be funny to do. That would be funny. Didn't the fungus stream peak at, like, 24? Yeah. 13? No, 24. That was a I don't know why, but YouTube goes between, like, highly recommending my channel to not recommending it at all. I don't understand why. It's like, sometimes it's like, man, this guy deserves all the views. Other times it's like, fuck you, go die in a hole. Like, I don't understand the distinction. Outlast stream looks inside fungus stream. Yeah, that was due to my mistake in forgetting that video games need to be installed beforehand. That was a minor misplay from me. That will be remedied next time. By the way, what do I work with here? Can I just do that? I hope it works out. Ping for Atlas, look inside fungus stream. Yeah. I'm curious to see how Outlast would do. Hopefully well. Didn't Outlast suffer horribly? No, not really. I don't get why you're so negative when I try and play other games. Like, I understand it's being realistic, but trust me, I out of anyone here, I'm probably the person who pays attention to my own analytics the most. You don't need to tell me that when a video does well or not, because trust me, I've been paying attention. Did the tutorial? The tutorial for Outlast Trials is terrifying. The tutorial for Outlast Trials is terrifying compared to what the rest of the game is like. Actually, no. It is quite accurate to what the game is like solo. The game is an entirely different experience solo compared to with friends. I mean, it's like the co-op horror game effect, or friend slop horror game effect. As soon as you start playing horror games with friends, they lose the fear just because there's other people there to do stupid shit with you. Will you ever play From the Depths? I would love to play From the Depths, actually. You piece of shit. Okay, I'm gonna have to actually pay attention to Parasite Tree now. You may as well stay down here, because we're not gonna be able to stop you now. Uh, there's one guy I watch for From the Depths content, and that's Lathrix. Lathrix is the one guy I watch for From the Depths gameplay because he does really, really well done full playthroughs. Horror sometimes I find are just as, if not more enjoyable, just a different kind of enjoyment. Definitely. I honestly prefer Outlast Trials to a lot of horror games. It is just a really, really well done game, too, in all fairness. It is good fun. Lathrix is goated? They very much are. Okay, we're gonna have to kill the sweepers here, I think. I don't want to have to kill the sweepers, but I believe we are left with no other choice here. Yeah, there's no way we make 400 energy other than dealing with them. Because 400 energy is too much for us to just ignore them for, so we are left with one choice, and is that. Anybody who was returning from work, go up there. Great. And then we can send somebody to work with this, and then we will be good. We kill them, we get, what, 25% energy? I think that's enough to end the day. Probably. Yeah. Great. It is funny how little the game forces you to actually do longer runs. You really can just go to noon, kill noon, call it a day. Like, we're on day 42? Yeah. Day 42. There are 8 more days until the end of the game is here. The only thing that keeps the days going longer is just forced things. I'm running egoless. I can't even work with high-level things like ALS or vows. Why am I wearing a suit? Ah, I felt like it. There's no special occasion. I did just genuinely feel like wearing a suit, so I decided, why not? And then, I mean, the gloves are here because, yeah, I'm sure you can put together. Right. Hello to you too. I shouldn't have used that bullet there. That was a mistake. I should have... no, that was a good one pre-application, so I could use it here without fear. And then go here. Right. Thinking about closer to finishing, why would I have complained about you wearing a suit? Why don't you complain? This fucking rules. Thank you. I do like suits. Suits are cool. I feel like people need... For some reason, people put excuses on wearing suits, like only for special occasions, etc., etc. Why would you? Suits are amazing. This is a terrible idea. By the way, let's move back here so we can kill this guy. And then we can just jump them when they move in. Like this. What? Why did they go down a layer? Okay. We kill them faster than they can get an attack off. Which is hilarious. Told you Coops can wear a suit like proper wear it? Thank you. I like to think I can pull off a suit. Is this a hot take if you think suits suck? Like as in visually on other people, or on like a you don't want to wear them level? Because like if you think they look bad full stop, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask you to leave the stream. But if you just mean you don't like wearing them yourself, that's fine. I don't like wearing dresses. It's just not my style. Right. Where are the remaining ones? There. To each their own and all. See, this is the point where a bigger stream would make idle conversation. However, okay, actually, that reminds me. It's horrifying. I was watching a Minecraft thing, right? And it was like a MOBA style thing, and I hate to say, it was actually making me interested in the prospect of trying out League of Legends. It's terrifying, I know, but like it looks actually kind of interesting. They look okay, but not worth the effort. It took me like 5 minutes to put all this on. I just pulled it out of my cupboard, put a shirt on, put a tie on. They don't take long at all to put on. They're like... Just join. Coops looks fantastic in a suit. Thank you, and thank you for joining. Honestly, I might stream in a suit more often. It's quite fun. I've actually gotten used to the gloves being a little bit too tight. Because, I mean, they are leather gloves. They're not supposed to be worn casually. They're expressly meant for, like, driving, I would assume. They are driving gloves. You tend to drive in driving gloves. Shock horror, I know, but still. League is very fun if you're playing with friends and not randoms. I find that's the case with a lot of things, honestly. There are a lot of games that have absolutely awful communities, but can be quite fun if you are playing with people you know. Right, first things first. Okay. Next, you'll be telling us people read with reading glasses. I hate to break it to you, but I have heard they do. Like Deep Woken? I've actually been enjoying Deep Woken lately. Deep Woken is fun when you have a group of like 8 people that can just all storm anyone who ever tries engaging with PvP. Like, the best way to counter a ganker is just to have 8 other people charge at them. The sheer terror that must go through their minds at the sight of like a clown car of people popping out is like, yeah, it's amazing. Like, is the Ordinary experience awful? Yes. The Ordinary experience is absolutely god-awful, but it is so hilarious to see a massive group descend on someone. League is really not one of my top games all time for just general fun-wise. The Greatest holds a massive amount of knowledge you need to get into it, but after that, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Honestly, that's kind of like CDDA. There we are, sorry, started. I'm just, like, I've just had to pay attention to this guy for so long. It's an awful, awful name for making it sound like I'm having a Freudian slip. CDDA. I really like CDDA. It takes an absolute age for people to get into, but I really like it as a game. I think it's a really, really good game. Why have I been pinged? Right, that's the workday complete. Meaning of life found. That's a Hitchhiker's Guide to the I'm sure people get Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Behavior adjustment, it's fine. We're already deciding on memory replaying this later. Just joining, why is Coops cosplaying Roland? Kidding, you look handsome. Thank you. Well, I actually, okay, I'm not complaining, But why is everybody joining and complimenting me? What's up with that? Like, it's non-stop. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining, but still. Alright, prudence increased. Man, I wonder. Right. Maybe it's because you actually look good. No, it can't be that. But yeah, on that note, I think I might be calling the stream here. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And yeah, we've made some pretty good progress here today. But yeah, on that note, I'll see you in the future. Bye for now. If you did enjoy, please do consider joining the Discord in the pinned comment, which is over that way. And I'll see you in the future. Bye for now.